All right, guys, welcome to the No Offense Podcast. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Uh, for those of y'all who might have been waiting, I thank y'all for your patience. Just had a little technical difficulties, but on time. Yeah, I mean, let's get it going. So I appreciate everybody who's here. Do me a favor, you know how we do. Hit the share button. It's free. We are a support network. Do me a favor and support. It might be you one day on the platform, and we're gonna try to do the same thing for you. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely appreciate you today. Like I said yesterday, we got some family on the podcast. You know what I mean? We do have K Town. Now, y'all might remember we had K Town featured on the magazine last winter. Also had a couple interviews before with K Town. Y'all might know him from the songs of my story. And last time we talked, he was getting ready to go on tour. So he's gonna let us know. He's gonna update us on everything that's been going on with him since that time. And from what I understand, he also just hit 25.5 million streams on TikTok. So y'all, we got a lot to go over today. So y'all make sure y'all tap in, hit the share button, and help me make my guy welcome. K Town.
Like,
What's up, brother? What's up, brother? Appreciate you for tapping in, my guy.
what's going on with you, man?
Man, it's another day, man. You know how we doing, making it. But I definitely appreciate the highlight of my day. We got to sit down with you, man, and check in, man. It's been a minute, but you
Oh
never
yeah.
stop working, bro. Like one thing I say about you all the time is that K Town always on to the next thing. Like my boy don't never stop working. He always got his music going, and you gonna have to catch up with him because he always grinding. He'll never stop. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you for the work ethic and for the achievements, man, and to the new accomplishments over at TikTok. I see you, my guy.
Oh man, yeah, that was a big accomplishment there. That one blew me away too.
Hard work paying off, man. The hard work paying off. Keep continuing to lead by example. Like I was saying, in the intro, because we started to develop this relationship, brother. Trying, supporting your career and checking out the music and always looking forward to the new K Town songs. What's been going on with you since last time we talked?
Oh man, it's been a lot that's been going on in my life, man. Since the last time we talked, a lot has been on. I don't have a manager anymore, so I'm still a Roc Nation and whatnot, and still running my own thing. But I don't have a manager anymore. I'm kind of doing my own thing right now. So that's a conversation we probably need to talk about too. So.
It's not what I mean, man. Hey, brother, it ain't no time like the present. We got a little time today, man. So, what made you decide to want to part ways with management? I mean, obviously, when you get a manager, it's somebody you trusting to move your career forward. Um, Pray tell, if you don't mind. Well, what made you go a different way?
Oh man, is just the things that I noticed that were not right, things that I noticed that were wrong over a period of time. I mean, it's not like it just happened, overnight. It was things that I noticed over a period of time because, like, I talked about my previous interviews. I was represented by bad people in the past, but unfortunately, this one hit it a little better. It just took me a little bit longer to figure it out. But I mean, like, the whole tour thing like that. I mean, I'll never know if it was real or not because I mean, to be honest, I didn't want to put into the public or
Right.
anything like that. I mean, during that point in time, I was having some health issues and my weight was a little low, so I wasn't really healthy enough to go on tour anyway. So I wasn't really stressing on it that much at the present time. I just didn't want to tell my fans, that I'm going through issues and having health issues. I never even got a chance to announce that part. But come to find out, uh, Tony DeYoung. I mean, as far as like the Billboard Hip Hop, the tour, everything like that. I mean, months went by. There never was no tour. He told me he had $2 million that investors gave him for the tour, which they probably did. I'll never know where the money went. Neither will none of the artists. So I mean, everything that he did was pretty much nothing. I mean, the whole time I realized it took me probably because I was Tony represented me probably, let me think, about 9 months, 8 months. And in that 9 to 8 months, I realized it was never from the beginning that I got with him to the end, he never did anything for me. It was all me the entire time. And I mean, like the 25 million on TikTok. As a manager, you're supposed to do certain key things that were red flags. I mean, like you check up on your artists, you make sure they're taking care of themselves. They eating right. They in the studio, they doing work, they recording. This dude didn't do any of that, man. And it was like an occasion I went to the hospital. I was in the hospital for a couple of days, right? So you figure, your manager, the first thing he's doing is hitting you up, man. How you doing? What's going on? What do I got to do? This and that. I didn't hear from this guy the whole time I was in the hospital. The entire time. Didn't hit me up once. That was
So
another red flag.
so his career depends on, because he's a manager, which means he manages his talent. His career
Hmm.
depends on you, and he's not even checking in with his investment.
No, no. I mean, that's like I told him probably 2 or 3 months before I actually fired him. I told him, I said, at the place I'm at right now in my career, any manager would see me. I mean, it's not that I want them to see me that way because that's not what I'm trying to say. But in the music business, that's how it's supposed to be. You're seen
Right.
as you're seen as a dollar sign. If you can't see me as a dollar sign and I can make money off this guy, you're not going to. Somebody else is going to, or I'll do it myself. I mean, it's a reason Nipsey did everything himself because you never want to trust another man with your career for one. Because you only got one life to live, so you never ever want to do that or give people control over your music or anything like that. And that's like another thing. You know, he was saying that he has this Roc Nation invite only dashboard. Okay, let's talk about that. If that's the case, if that's the case, and you got Roc Nation invite only dashboard, I started noticing because his little niche is like if you didn't do little things that he would say or get in the studio when you were supposed to, or I would kind of notice he's bugging me, man, you didn't get in the studio. I'm like, okay, but a regular manager ain't bugging you like that. You know what I mean? So I start to put two and two together that this dude is uploading my music to the Roc Nation because he gives, at that point in time, he gave all of his artists access to the Roc Nation dashboard. And then that was another red flag before that. He got mad one day about something. And he said, well, I changed the password to the Roc Nation dashboard, so nobody has access to it. So you pretty much telling me that you changed the password and none of us artists have access to our music or how to upload it or anything just because you're mad. That was the first red flag right there. You never
My
give nobody control over your music like that where they can just cut it off like that. So I get to
first,
thinking about that. So he gets to talking to me and he's bugging me, get in the studio. Okay. I'm like, this dude just wants me to collect music solely for the reason so he can collect royalties on my music. You know what I'm saying? Because on this dashboard, it has like the bank thing. You can see, how much money is distributed into it. And I get to look at that. I'll get to looking at it when I get on there one day. He has this guy, David Portley Jr. or King Webb or whatever you want to call it. This guy's in real estate. He's not even a rap artist, but he's on Billboard Hip Hop. That's when I was like, okay, how's that work? Okay, you're in real estate. You don't have one song out on no platform, but you're on Billboard Hip Hop. That makes no sense at all. For one, you know what I'm saying? And then I get to look at on this dashboard. He tells me that he has all these high clientele artists and this and that. I'm looking on the dashboard. I'm his number one artist. I have the highest streams. My music is carrying the whole thing. So I'm like, I got to get out of this situation. That's the first thing I said. I said, if I'm keeping it together, that's not a good thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's
right.
when I really started investigating things and making calls to people. And I mean, thank God I have people in my past that I work with, like Tech. Tech Nine is like my older brother. He's always gonna hook me up. So I hit him up and I tell him the situation, and he's like, "Man, don't even trip on that." So it's like I get an email like the next day. I got the same Roc Nation dashboard that he does, that he said was invite only. So pretty much, all you got to do is know somebody, or even for that matter, just get on the public access one. You know what I mean? You basically gatekeeping on people. You basically sitting there on getting on lives telling lies on live on Facebook, saying that you run Roc Nation and you do this and you do that and you're invite only, and that's all fabricated lies. You know, and then I
Yeah.
get to and then I probably should invest. That's that, and this is on me. Like other things in the interview, I'm different now, so I will say when things are my fault. I mean,
Right.
I was going through a lot at that period of time, like personal wise when I met him, so I really didn't look at things like I should have. But he tells me he was on Dr. Phil, and that's all he talks about. Dr. Phil, Oprah. No kid in their mind knows who they are nowadays. I mean, what have
Right.
you did? What have you did today? That's what people want to know. What have you did today? That's what gonna stay. That's what stands out. But I get to investigating, and the reason he was on Dr. Phil is because he was a delusional person. His family
Right.
had him on there because he thought he was this mainstream rapper that knew everything, and it really characterized the person he was today. And that's
Yep.
really when I get to looking immediately. I got to get away. So the minute I fire him, all of a sudden, I have fake streams. I use bots. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Okay, if that was the case, why the whole 9 months when I was with you, why didn't you say nothing? Why didn't you bring that up then? You get mad when I leave and want to bring that up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like it's just like just to try to throw dirt in the game. I mean, that dude didn't do anything he was supposed to do at all whatsoever. So that's why I just tell artists, especially artists coming up today, just unless your manager is your family or somebody that you know, don't hire nobody to do nothing for you. Do it yourself. That's all I can tell you to make it short and sweet. Because somebody else having control over anything is not going to work right. It's never going to work right, no matter what you do. I mean, may things may look good at first, but somebody you don't personally know, it's not going to work. It's just not going to work.
Man, so shout out to OG Kratos in the comments. He said them dudes thieves if you don't know your shit. You know what I'm
Oh yeah.
saying?
Oh yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
of course, we got y'all. Make sure reminding y'all to make sure to check out K Town on all music streaming platforms. The bass is organic. I can tell y'all that, guys. They don't move. Like what I'm saying is, when you do something organic, people don't fall. People don't just like one decision don't turn them away. You know what I'm saying? Because they know that you're versatile. Like they just okay, so I don't agree with this, but that's just this. You know what I'm saying? They fuck with you as a person. So that's why we always try to push about having an organic base, because you're not gonna like people who really rock with you ain't gonna turn off. Like you're not gonna turn them off by doing something a little different. Now, if you just head off in one direction, they telling you they don't like it, then that's different. You know what I'm saying? But um, it's crazy that you have predators like that. And come to speak of, you know, I am familiar with Anthony DeYoung. And you're right, you hit it right on the head with the Dr. Phil episode. Y'all kids these days don't know who the hell Dr. Phil is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
I
if you
mean,
Dr. Phil,
and he brings that up. I mean, like in every live video, like any teenager today is gonna know who Dr. Phil or Oprah is. No kid knows who those people are. And I mean, how is that relevant today when that was like 30 years ago? You know what I mean? And
right,
I mean, and there's so many other things that didn't add up. I mean, like artists, and I got to stress this to artists too. I mean, things that I looked over, you know what I mean? Things that I didn't do because I mean, the minute I left Tony, I started noticing people started hitting me up again. I started getting opportunities. It was like people stepped away from me because I was messing with him and I just didn't notice it. You know what I mean? It's like people shied away from me because they probably like, they see him on lives and they know how which you've seen Tony on lives. He's different, you know. So people kind of, I noticed when I cut him off and fired him, I started getting all these opportunities again. Everybody started hitting me up again. And I mean, the main reason of too why I fired Tony, I never would even ever would have known that I had 25.5 million on TikTok because really I only use Facebook. I don't use Instagram. I don't use Snapchat. I don't use anything, you know. So I'll get on there and start a TikTok account because I'm like, just let me start it because it's probably get my music out there. And I'm going through the settings and they got, TikTok for artists. And as soon as I click it, all these numbers pop up and it's been there all this time. So that's money that I'm not getting. You know what I mean? So I had to hit up TikTok to tell them, all these royalties and plays. Like I've never gotten any of that, which I'm still going through that now because he didn't notice it. But that was like that would have got totally unnoticed if I never had downloaded that app. And that's why like artists need to do like the monetization on your music. Like where if it get played on TikTok or Facebook or anything that you get paid for it, make sure you do those avenues too, because if it gets 25 million and it's not monetized, you don't get anything. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's like you really got to look at the business part as well as the artist part. And I'm still getting a lot of that too. I'm not 100%, but I'm getting better at it as I'm going.
man, I appreciate you being just honest about and transparent about just moving through these changes, because I feel like what happens is the reason why a lot of people get away with this kind of shit is because nobody don't say nothing. Like people don't want to feel like they got hit by something or like they got played or something. It's not that. Like this is a
Yeah.
predatory nature. Like motherfuckers, like they these are people who don't have no talent, who are leeching off of people who do, and it's like it's predatory, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's a good thing that you were able to discover that you had those royalties and things before Bird made off with your check, because that's theft, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if they realize that shit, but that's you know what I'm saying. That's stealing, man. People
Oh,
put
I
their heart.
mean,
You
oh
know what I
yeah,
mean?
that's why a lot of artists. I mean, some I work with, unfortunately, they don't know what like the registry services, like like BMI stuff like that.
Yeah,
You
stuff.
gotta you gotta have all of those. I mean, some artists are like, "What is BMI?" I'm like, "Are you serious?" I mean, you gotta register every song. I got like over 300 songs, and every single one of them is registered. If you're not doing that, you're not collecting no money the right way. You know what I mean? Everything is, you have to work at the business side too, though.
I mean, if you want to be able to do what you love, you got to make ways to make sure that you have it taken care of, and that's one of the ways, man. Hey, you know what I'm saying? If you do it right, it'll take care of you. It'll make it ways where you can take care of you, so you can continue to do the things that you love.
Oh,
So
exactly.
I'm glad that you. Well, I'm not glad that you went through the situation, but I'm glad that you were able to, open like find out that situation was going on and put a stop to that. Because you know what I'm saying. Like, unfortunately, a lot of people don't really necessarily like. They don't always make it out of that situation. You know what I'm saying? Or they get discouraged when something like that happens. So, I'm glad that you were able to see it, point it out, and say, you know what, this ain't the way, and just instantaneously make some other moves and keep going. You know what I'm saying? And keep pushing because 25.5 million, bro, that's not a number to laugh at, my guy. You know what I'm
Oh
saying? That's
man,
hard work. That's hard
I
work and
appreciate it.
dedication, brother. That's people tuning in and picking up what you putting down. That's people pressing play. That's people typing in the song looking for it, bro. They hear it, they see the light, and they looking for you, bro. 25.5, man. Congratulations, brother.
And I thank you. I thank you, and I want to thank everybody out there that plays my music. I want to say that now, but I mean that's something I had to realize. I mean, even when I got it, I guess it probably didn't dawn on me or set in for a couple of days because I'm not the type of person, to get proud of myself or anything like that, or especially in the situations I've been going this last year and a half. It's hard for me to even smile or get proud of myself. But the other day, I kind of smiled and I was like, 25 million. I was like, that is dope. You know what I'm saying? I had to get proud of myself because I've been through a lot this last year and a half. I mean, I can remember days, man. Like back, I record YouTube videos off YouTube of Michael Jackson. I mean, I'd record James Brown, anything that I could back in the day, and I would watch it for hours and hours and hours, and that's how I would study. How their stage presence was, how they were, their work ethic. I mean, that's how I developed to be the person that I am. I mean, I've listened to music my entire life. My whole entire life is basically based off of music. That's all I've ever known is music. And I mean, to get rewarded for that is one thing, but for people to actually dig your sound, dig your vibe, because I mean, I rap about real life events, real life things. So, I mean, just for people to like it is a real blessing.
Definitely shout out to you for being a real. I feel like you really embrace this essence of what it is to be an artist, bro. Because a lot of people don't realize like nothing is always perfect, and sometimes people have to make hard decisions to push forward through. And no matter what, having that vision of where you're going and having that direction and being able to see like when you're not headed in the direction that you want to be, that's a skill, that's a talent, bro. That's a gift. You know what I'm saying? And it only comes with uh experience and with time. So I'm here to tell you, bro, it's not in vain, man. 25.5 million streams don't say, you know what I'm saying, that people ain't stumbling upon that, brother. That's not, you know what I'm saying. Some artists like they work for years and years and years and still ain't never got that email. So it's to be commended. And don't be so hard on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like shout out to you, bro. You've been working hard.
I mean, that's why I just gotta like a lot of people online. I mean, they try to like rap right now is very competitive. We're very, very competitive, and I mean, you get criticized, you get these comments. I mean, you know how it goes, man. You know, so it's just it's hard to stay grounded sometimes. It's even so hard to be proud of yourself sometimes. You know what I mean? So the times that you can be proud of yourself, I feel that you should be proud of yourself, and especially when you work as hard as I do, because I mean, I had to realize that it's a lot of artists out there. I mean, nowadays there's probably more rap artists than there's ever been. You know what I mean? So it's really hard to stand out amongst all these other people to get listened to, if you think about it. So you really got to think the sound that you have, your stage presence, the person that you are, nobody can do that like you. So you really got to remember that you can only do it like you can. So always be you, always be authentic, and always do it like you can. And you really can never lose.
K Town dropping gems, K Town dropping gems. We're gonna clip that for sure. Man, so let me ask, brother. You've been making relationships as far as with collaborations and things like this. I call them relationships because you make this art and then it takes off and then I mean you got to do another one, right? If it ain't broke, why you fixing it? You know what I mean? So you make these different relationships with these artists. How do these collaborations, as far as like performances, is there anything coming up new where we might be able to see this stuff done live, man? Because I'm gonna tell you something that y'all might, if y'all watch my story, y'all already know I'm a big fan of that "Give It Up, Sexy Lady," man.
Oh,
That's my jam. You know what I'm saying? But
oh yeah.
is there any new music that we should be looking out for, and where we could pop up on? You know what I'm saying? And see these things live.
Oh, I'm working on some new shows right now. Actually, I was gonna keep it quiet for a little while, but working on like 6 shows in my area, in the Kansas City area and outside of the Kansas City area. So you'll definitely be seeing me in shows. This is just the beginning as far as that. And as far as new music, KC Kings will be coming next, and Summer Nights. You definitely want to look out for those. You don't want to miss those because Last Breath I just released probably 3 weeks ago, and it's doing really well. That's a new sound for me. I have a new producer. Usually I produce all my own music, really all my other music I produce, but I'm using somebody different now. J Rose, really good friend of mine. If you listen to Last Breath, it hits hard. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I just feel that I got the beats, I got the lyrics, but his mixing and mastering and the sauce he throws on it afterwards, I can't really get that sound. He gets it to sound perfect. I mean, he has Last Breath. That bass is so intense, it's crazy. I mean, I was like, when I first heard it, I was like, yeah, you got to produce my tracks, man, because I mean, I can get them together, but once I send it to him, he puts a sauce on it that's amazing. So they can look for a lot of different good music from K Town. And I got to announce too, though, after I done Last Breath already, I had a checklist. If everybody knows on Facebook, it said Last Breath, KC Kings, Summer Nights, which Summer Nights is sort of a R&B track, so I guess that doesn't really count. But after KC Kings, which is kind of a hood track, which is really good with Larry Lowe, I got a shout out. He sounds like Mo 3. So if it was ever a track, I wanted to do with Mo 3, I didn't get the chance to, rest in peace, it would sound like KC King. So look out for that one. But after KC Kings, I'm not gonna do no more hard rap songs. I'm just gonna stick to R&B style, like "Give It Up, Sexy Lady," "Soul Lost," soul music. I'm gonna go that route with my career because I'm getting older. I got a birthday coming up in September. I'll be 46, even though I don't look like it. But I just feel that hood music has worked its way through my system. I just feel that people want to hear music about different things than uh, how much money you have, who's better than who's smoking weed. People don't want to hear about that. They want to hear about real life
For
things.
sure, for
So
sure. I think
that's what they gonna get with me.
you might got a call right quick. We just checking in. I give him a couple seconds. Sometimes it'll. You still with us, brother?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it had kind of froze up. What were you saying, brother? He said sometimes. You said or who's spin, and then it froze up.
I was just saying that sometimes you just got to work your songs out. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have all R&B tracks coming after this. No more really hood tracks for K Town. So KC Kings will really be my last hood track, if you want to classify it as that. There'll be no more of those. The rest of my career, I'm just gonna make R&B. That's it.
Listen, I feel like you. That's I mean that's profound for one because like I mean K Town has been over has done multi different types of music. You know what I'm saying? Different types of music. So to say that I'm just gonna focus in this area. I think that's gonna be an exciting chapter because like I said with Give It Up Sexy Lady, man, you definitely found something right. You know what I'm saying? You definitely I'm interested to hear, you know what I'm saying, what more comes out of that direction because dude, that's just it's smooth, man. You know what I'm saying? It's smooth. But one thing I love about your collection is that you do have something for damn near every mood. You know what I'm saying? You got something for whatever mood that a person could be in at any time. You got something, some part of K Town that you could put on and rock with. So I commend you for that because not everybody does that, bro. Some people have just a certain area where you know what I'm saying? They're just a certain type of rapper. Matter of fact, I don't even call those artists. I call them rappers because that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? Not those disrespect for them, but that's it's actually more respect. That's all they do. It's just this genre. So
Well, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, a lot of these dudes, they music, they, I wouldn't say they hate on other artists. I wouldn't say that. Well, some of them do, but they say their music just don't hit like another artist because I say your music ain't got no soul. If your music ain't got no soul, it's not gonna move or groove nobody. If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Your music's got to have soul. Your music's got to, like when people play my songs. Somebody had put a comment on one on YouTube. He said when he put it on, Last Breath, he was in a depressed mood, but when he heard that bass, it made him get up out of his seat. That's something I want to hear. That's my goal. You know what I'm saying? I'll make music for people to get up out their seat. I mean, you could be having the worst day in the world, but you put on my music and that makes you get up and feel better. You know what I mean? That's the music I want to bring is real life music. But I feel that my R&B music was probably my best because that's when I'm most in my feelings is with my R&B music. When I'm making hood music, I'm really just talking about how I grew up or the things I see in the hood or whatnot like that. I mean, eventually that's going to get old. I mean, you can only make so many songs about smoking weed and women and clubs, and that's gonna get old after a while. When you talk about real life things, bills, kids, relationships, you talk about real life things of a grown man, that never gets old. That's timeless.
I feel you. I feel you. So we're watching the evolution of K Town. We're watching like a butterfly come out of a cocoon. Like we're watching the next area of. So if you've been following K Town's career, this is just the next chapter. You know what I'm saying? I get you. We still rocking, and if we want to revisit the days, that's what the library is for. But I get what you're saying. You on to the new project is focusing on more of the groaner side. You know what I'm saying of what's
Definitely,
coming, and I'm rocking with
definitely.
that, bro. So that means that's good for us K Town fans. That means we get to continue growing with you. You know what I'm saying, and getting that wisdom from the knowledge and the love that it sounds like you when we add more tracks. What's something more as opposed to like your old tracks? What's something that you want the fans to take from your newer tracks,
Something that I want them to take from my newer tracks.
like the newer music you plan to make?
I would probably definitely look out for two new tracks that I got coming up. You definitely KC Kings is gonna be something probably that you haven't heard K Town do. I mean, I've had tracks where I've rapped fast or I've done this or I've done that, but I've always wanted to do a track with Mo3. Way before he passed, I did. That's why when he passed, I took it hard as like pocketing him. But
Yeah,
this guy Larry Lowe sounds. I mean, when people hear it, I mean, I'll put previews on Facebook. He sounds so like it's crazy how much he sounds like him. I mean, and when I collab with an artist, usually if people listen to the track, they notice, I let that artist go first, and then I come in. I do that for a reason because I want to feed off of them. Whatever mood they in and whatever they bring to the table. K Town, when he comes in, you're gonna hear me double that. I'm gonna come in with that. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna hear me coming strong, just like you coming. You know what I'm saying? So I need that to feed off of. Whatever mood that is, you're gonna feel me address it. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. I feel you. So being for being out of the KC Mo, what's something that you how do you want to see the music in the area continue to evolve? Because and I don't mean this in a bad way. What I mean is KCMO has a unique sound. Shout out to Strange. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all, the Midwest has a sound that is different from any other. You know what I'm saying? Sound, just respectively like any other sound. How do you hope
Definitely.
to continue to see that evolve, and how do you hope that influences the youth, or how do you hope the youth comes in and continues to evolve that sound to develop that sound?
Oh man, I think Kansas City, as far as music goes, is really gonna go to a different level because I mean it's a lot of artists in Kansas City that are very talented. Shout out to all of them. I
Yeah.
mean, there's so many artists out there that are beyond talented in Kansas City, but it's in Kansas City it seems more of the artists get in their own way, so to speak. Because I mean, then you have the beefs going on, and that takes away from that stuff. And then you have who's better than who, and this and that and the other. That's more of the problems we have than if we actually came together in Kansas City and did things how it's supposed to be done with no beef, no shootings. Which lately in Kansas City is a lot of shootings. So if we could get along without doing any of that, it would be so much better. But I mean, everybody seems like they're in competition with each other. Like they're trying to knock the next man off to get ahead, when that's really not going to help you out at all. If you support the next man, that's going to help you get ahead more than knocking his feet out from under him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I mean, it's so many dudes out here that as soon as you fall off, they will try to be in your spot, and I've seen it happen. It hurts. You know what I'm saying? But that's the time when you got to come back to let them know that only you can do it like you. Just like Ace Fetty said and Give It Up Sexy Lady, nobody can do it like me.
Word, man. Man, that was an inspiration. Clip that, man. That was an inspirational right there. One always say that's when you gotta let them know, hey, listen, I can give you all the tools, but you still can't have you still ain't gonna have the sauce, man. You know what I mean? You just ain't gonna. You
No,
just
it's like somebody could copy me on a printer, and it's not gonna make a bit of difference because your music has no soul. It's not gonna make a bit of difference because when you get in that studio, you don't bring that sound K Town does. When you get on that stage, you don't bring that vibe K Town does.
right,
You Nobody can bring that vibe I bring. It's just not gonna happen. That's just like every artist out there. The vibe that you bring is the vibe you bring. That's like why, as far as white rappers go, Eminem I respect. And a lot of people can't say that, and I do because of a lot of reasons. Eminem never tried to be black. He never tried to be ghetto or hood. He talked about where he came from, what he did. You know what I mean? He never tried to be somebody else. You know what I'm saying? He
right.
never did that. And that's why black rappers respect Eminem because he never tried to perpetrate a fraud out there like he was black or something he's not. He knew he was a white rapper. So that's what he came to the table with. You know what I'm saying? That's why he gets respect, mad respect, because he didn't try to perpetrate a fraud or be something that he's not.
Why do you think? Why do you think people choose to try to fit in or try to capitulate? Do you think that they believe it's easier, or do you think they're just not made to? They're just not made from that cloth, man. They just can't. I don't know. Why do you believe people may fold? Because I mean, being authentic is definitely not for the weak. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I
Obviously,
mean, I've had people literally. I'm not gonna say no names, okay?
right,
But I've had people literally back home. Numerous people say this dude's copying you. This dude thinks he's you, bro. Man, I don't care about that because at the end of the day, when you get on stage, it's not me. When you get in the studio, it's not me. You don't have my beats. You don't have K Town sound. You just don't. And I mean, all day long, I see another dude maybe doing it to another dude out there, however the case may be. That's just how the game goes, and it's messed up.
right,
And it hurts when people do that, especially when you fall off. They try to be in your spot in every category of the way. I mean, every way, even try to talk to your woman, everything. They want to be you in your spot. That's where you want to be. You want to be him instead of being you, talking about where you came from, talking about your struggle, building your life. You'd rather try to be like somebody else. That makes no sense to me.
yeah, man. I don't know, brother. I don't know, man. So I think some of us get it, and some of us don't. Unfortunately, in this world, we have to navigate. Speaking of which, like I always try to ask this because I feel like in different times, people have different motivations. Things may have changed, like you said, since the last time we talked. What motivates you these days to keep going, man, through all of life's life keeps throwing them curveballs, man. It's like a pitcher with an everlasting arm, right? It just don't never give up. What nowadays motivates you, man? Even though things have changed and things may not be the same as they once were, that keeps you still going, man.
Man, my kids, uh, God, you know, I mean, this last year and a half, I mean, my fan base knows, I mean, from my Facebook or from anything, I ain't at it easy, you know. But not to go into my personal life or nothing like that. Just
Feel you, bro.
all I can say is, when you have somebody special in your life, always value them, always, because you can't replace everybody. You feel me? You just can't. So when God gives you a blessing, you really got to hold on tight to it. But also as a man, you got to know to change, to level up, to make yourself better, to be a man that your kids will respect, the community will respect, that your mom will respect, your brothers will respect, to be somebody one day when you're on your deathbed, you can say, I had no regrets. I lived the life that I wanted, just the way I wanted to. That's the way you want to do it. And dudes out there, I mean, as far as like mental health, things like that, I mean, us dudes, we really got to check up on that
Yeah,
because sometimes, man, I mean, life can throw things at you so crazy and so weird, man. It's like you a puppet on a string and it kind of messes your mind up. So you just got to really look forward to things that you have in the future. to making your life better in each and every way that you can, each and every day, just day by day. Because if you look forward to the future, sometimes it gets overwhelming and it gets too hard. So all you can do is take things one day at a time. And I mean, sometimes you got to realize no man is perfect. No man on this planet is perfect, but God. You're going to make mistakes. You have to tell yourself that and you have to realize that. And I mean, one thing you can't control is somebody's actions. You can't control people's attitudes. You can't control somebody to choose you. You can't control anybody but yourself. You know what I mean? But one thing I did learn throughout my 46 years on this planet is just to always be real with yourself before you real with anybody else. You know what I mean? And if you have anybody, whether that's your girlfriend, your mother, your kids, anybody, you got to keep it 100 with them at all times. You know what I'm saying? Don't never go into a relationship with a woman if you don't have the whole intent on loving her forever. You know what I mean? If you have intent on playing or whatever you're doing, just don't even do it. You know what I mean? Because it's just not worth it. Or even like in your musical career or whatever, some people just go into it for pussy or attention. That's the wrong mindset. You got the wrong mindset. You already done messed up as it is because you got the wrong mindset and you wonder why you're failing. You know what I mean? A lot of these people like me is in this music because I could care less about women or money or any of that. I do music because music helps me inside. When I have nobody to talk to, I have music. When I have nothing, I have music. You know what I'm saying? Music will never leave you. Music will never turn its back on you. Music is always there when nobody is. So that's why I love music. And I'll always do music to the day that I die or God takes me. And that's just how it goes. And I mean, the things I've been put through in these next few months ahead and these next years ahead, you can count on K Town coming for everything, everything, because I see my potential and I see, like I put in Tony's hands, I shouldn't have. It was me the whole time getting on there, sharing every day, building every day. I'm doing this every day. I'm building this every day by hard work. So I promise you, I'm not going to stop and I'm going to keep doing everything each and every day. But if you take anything from me today, I want dudes to really learn as men, as us men, as black men, to come together with each other. Don't fight with each other so much. Life is too short for all that. I mean, you worried about who's got this, who's got that. And like in the city I'm in, 90% of problems happen because somebody's hating on somebody or you talking to his woman. That is not worth you shooting, you doing anything like that and going to prison for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? It's
Amen.
just uncalled and it's uncalled for, especially if you know this dude and this woman having problems. Okay, let me go get in her face. Let me go talk to her. You know how dudes do. Okay, I can be there for you. I can save you. I'll treat you better. You know how them dudes do. They
Right.
sneak in when everything's weak and wrong, and this one you want to come along and they get in your woman's face and I can do you better. I can treat you so much. Everything she wants to hear, and you say this same story to every woman every weekend, but she's gonna buy it. You know what I'm saying? We got to do better. You know what I'm saying? And you wonder why we have problems amongst each other, this beef you see on Facebook, because you do it to yourself. And then you wonder why when somebody, it's like you walk past a dog every day and kick it in the ass. Eventually that dog is going to get tired and bite the shit out of you. So you may want to figure out what you're doing.
Yep.
So, I mean, just as black men, we always talk about, I don't get support in this. I don't get support. Okay, we need to support each other. If you show this man support, he may support you. It's got to start somewhere. I mean, maybe it's small, but it starts somewhere, you know?
Yeah.
But as long as we keep hating on each other and keeping it as a competition, which rap is a competition thing, it always has been. It's always going to be. But that's to a certain degree. I mean, people take it overboard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just feel that even as black men, as artists, we gotta come together and do better, man.
That was a powerful message, K Town, man. We definitely appreciate you taking the opportunity to say what needs to be said. Because I feel like with people with big platforms, these are definitely messages that they should be conveying. But not everybody takes that time to say something that's going to help push humanity to a better point instead of when it definitely sells more to add to the division. So again, once again, that's why I commend that, and that's why we tune in, bro. That's why we tap into you because authenticity, man. It's just it definitely encompasses the whole K Town brand. You know what I'm saying? You get what you get what you get what you see. You know what I'm saying? My boy is always K Town all the way through and through. Shout out to K Town, man. Do us a favor, brother. Let these people know where they can catch up on your music for all any new fans that you gained today. And for the old ones who might have, y'all don't know, maybe they got new phones and they got locked out, man. Remind them, man. Refresh their memory.
Oh man, you can catch me on Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer. I mean, any YouTube, any musical platform, you can find K-Town music. Social media platforms as well. I thank everybody who supports. Um, I really want to give a big shout out and thank everybody on TikTok for that 25.5 million. That was really a big accomplishment for me. I never thought in my life, I'd get 15, 20 million, let alone, 25. I mean, it was 25.4 when I looked at it, and it went up to 25.5 now. And TikTok sending me a plaque. So I just got to thank everybody, because it's just an overwhelming feeling, especially to know that people actually rock with K-Town music. They've been with me through my journey. I mean, you've been giving me several interviews, so I know people have tuned in and they've seen me progress throughout the years. And I just thank everybody that's still rocking with me and everybody that continues to. And I'm telling everybody this is just the beginning. I mean, I know I say that all the time, but I mean, I've got unlimited amount of music in me, and I promise to give you good music and the best music until the day I die. I promise
K Town, man, we definitely appreciate you, brother, and I want to say thank you for coming to the platform. Because here's the thing, like I always try to remind people, when we reach out about being on a platform, they're under no obligation. Our guests are under no obligation to say yes, so they do have the right to say no. And the fact that they do take the time out of their day to say, "Hey, yeah, of course, I definitely sit down with you, man. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. You guys be grinding. You're on your mission, on your journey all the time, and life be happening to everybody, and we never know the depths. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we're up, sometimes we're real down, but despite all of that, man, I really appreciate you as well as any of our other guests that take the time to say, "Hey, yeah, man, you know what? I got time for you." Sure, it really means a lot to us, and we gonna continue to support, man, through your music, man. Like I tell y'all, like we live through your music, man. We live through you guys. Inspire us. You know what I'm saying? For those of us who just put on the headphones, we crank it on, and hear your art. We appreciate that because y'all found a way to say the things that we might not have been able to say so well, and y'all do it so well. So K Town, man, from Mr. No Offense and the No Offense Network, we appreciate you today, brother, and we're gonna continue watching your success as you achieve these new heights.
you. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate everybody out there rocking with my music. I thank everybody.
Yes, sir.
Definitely.
Have a good evening, brother.
You too, man.
All right, guys, listen. My guy K Town is making incredible music. He has a ton of it already, but he's got new music coming. So you got to make sure you be on the lookout for those tracks. But don't just take my word for it. Pull up your favorite audio streaming platform. I preferably use YouTube, Apple Music. Type in K Town. I'm gonna recommend Give It Up Sexy Lady, but once you type it in, you're gonna see everything that this guy has done, and you're gonna realize, man, you're in the presence of greatness. So, like I always say, the way of the world to change, or you can be the one to change the world. I have been Mr. No Offense. You guys have been the best audience on the internet. I'll catch you next time. Peace. Oh, high council tomorrow. See you tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. I mean 6:30 p.m. Central, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Peace.